Now, your accurate first alert weather forecast with meteorologist Matt Rudkin.
You've been talking about these pop-up storms, the possibility. You're starting to see a few out there now.
Finally, I was getting nervous. You know how you second guess yourself? I was like, hang in there, and sure enough, science paid off. Thank goodness. I want to show you storm tracker radar. This is locally, there's nothing happening yet, but you see in Chicago the orange box there. That's a special marine warning for a thunderstorm that's developed right over downtown Chicago and is moving over the lake. And I do not expect this to dissipate. I think it'll go right over the lake and actually form a line once it gets going and then move south. The good news here is not expecting a severe weather outbreak at all, but potentially heavy rain, some gusty winds, mainly these areas right here. If you're up in especially our far northern communities, you may get completely missed because the cold front is sagging southward. All right, here's a live look in South Bend. There's those dark clouds, and what that means is above it's a lot more clouds. They're going real high in the sky, and that's how they start, these thunderstorms. So we'll likely see some rain here develop pretty quickly. A satellite radar composite. Here's some of the clouds. And so this is the initial development of thunderstorms. Obviously, you get clouds before you get the rain. And these are what we call altocumulus clouds. They're pretty tall. They're pretty poofy. And that's how they start. And you'll start to see some green pop up here. And same deal with that storm in Chicago. So a closer look, that's them. This is a visible satellite. This is a picture taken from a satellite up in space. 78 in Benton Harbor. So again, that cold front is right around there. A little bit cooler, but still 90 in South Bend, 88 in Warsaw, Knox, Plymouth, Goshen, 86 in Elkhart. Here's the winds, and you can usually pick a cold front out just by looking at the winds. South and southwest winds, so the cold front will be right there where the clouds are popping up, and it moves this way. So these areas, especially down towards Warsaw, Goshen, LaGrange, you have the best chance of seeing some strong storms. Near the state line, we'll keep an eye out for the next couple of hours up north. Probably not going to see too much at all. Look at the temperatures out west. Lots of 90s showing up. That's the heat for these thunderstorms. So here's the setup. There's that cold front. It's going through now. And a lot of times these cold fronts go real quick and they move out. Well, this one's going to stall out downstate and actually move back north as a warm front. And what that means is the weather we saw today is going to be on repeat the next couple of days. We warm up. By the afternoon, we see thunderstorms, some of which could be on the strong side. A very typical summer pattern. Futurecast 7 o'clock. Notice that line of thunderstorms developing pushes to the south. Once we lose the heating of the day, you lose the gasoline for these storms. So that'll be it. We warm up tomorrow. You guessed it, more showers and thunderstorms develop as that boundary moves back north. All right, here's a look at our thunderstorm threats. These are our thoughts, and I'm not real impressed with this setup. This is just a typical summer setup. So, yeah, we may see some small hail, some gusty winds, potential flooding if a storm sits over one area. Not concerned with tornadoes tonight, so that's the good news. But nonetheless, typical thunderstorms. As Leanne mentioned earlier, a good night to have your First Alert weather app if you're out at the softball practice or whatnot. That way you can stay ahead of any of these thunderstorms that do pop up. 65 tonight, evening storms. Then just partly cloudy. Tomorrow, sunshine in the morning, then thunderstorms in the afternoon. Highs near 88. Next several days, the summer pattern goes nowhere. A brief cool down on Saturday, but overnight lows really don't go down too much. So likely going to need air conditioning here the next several days, all the way through the good chunk of June as we get towards late June there at the end of that.
Summer's here.
Yeah,
for sure.
It feels like it definitely.
It definitely does, yeah.
Thank you, Matt.